Okay. Let's get this up and running. There we go. Okay. I need to move that. Hey, 255. Ugh. All right. Hey, Ms. Wicked Wolf. Let's see if we can hit the actual ending on this. Okay. Trying to remember what I'm dealing with now. That's an open from the other side deal. Dealt with that. Ah! What am I working on? Shit. Hi, Trista. Patient key. Metal key labeled room. Hold on. Room apartment, dormitory, atrium, corridor, bookstore, alley, grinder, garbage chute. What do I need for that? What am I equipped with? Oh, right. I'm using the submachine gun. This stupid thing. Funny you mentioned dragons. I was having an interesting little thought process before starting the stream. Did you ever realize how few fantasy stories and worlds, how few of them bothered to have an equivalent of their own fantasy stories? What I mean by that is, because most fantasy stories that we read, you know, they deal in a certain amount of tropes and whatnot. There we go. They deal in a certain amount of tropes and whatnot. Like, what is their equivalent of dragons? And it can't just be dragons, because dragons to them are like elephants and hippos and blue whales. It's a real big thing that exists. So what are their myths about? And the thing is that most fantasy stories that I can think of that dip into that, they'll like call something a myth, but it's actually history. And like, if something is mentioned as a myth, it's going to show up. But I wonder what, in a fantasy setting, cultures and societies would imagine as their version of a fantasy setting. I just feel like nobody's really committed to trying to do that. I'm not sure how much you'd get out of it. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but I found myself thinking about that. What is this? Okay. Oh, it's the tarot cards. I don't know how many I have right now. All right, hold on. Dream diary. Sixth night, I dreamt I was an imperial farmer. I embraced my lover. Oh, hold on. Ah. Aha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Hang on. Lover. Kitsa. Soon my masses shaped, my flesh joined that of many others, till only my bones remained. Let death. I think. Lang. Veneta. I was falling, suddenly lightning struck the building. That's the tower. I know tarot, a little, not as well as I would like. Would wizards dream of the electricity? Yeah, that's kind of my question. That's kind of my question, Trista. I was floating in the sunless sea, both below the ice of wrought front. Saw a large creature move in the darkness. Large creature move in the darkness below me. In the moon. And saw the burning eyes. Booyan. Imperial? Empress? Or something like that? Or maybe it's sun. It's either one. I gotta go back and get the tarot cards. Crap, how many of those are there? That's gonna eat up like most of my inventory. Ay. That's probably part of the point. This might be the first situation in which the limited inventory actually matters and isn't just irritating. Well, we know that one, Starbush. Wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to use fire and magic for light at nighttime? It would be so much safer. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like what fantastical stories would people in fantasy settings weave? Okay, how many of these cards are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I guess for now I'll ditch the stun prod and grab that. Okay. I was thinking about it because I had in the background Second Wind did a compilation of Yahtzee Crowshaw's semi-ramblematics, and he was talking about finding it irritating when games have a full like diegetic card game in them, and he found it especially odd with something like Gwent in The Witcher, where like, yes, in where we are in our world, we have card games meant to represent, you know, things like dragons and all these fantastical stuff, but like that's also what Gwent is, but it's not fantasy there. That's just their world. Isn't that the equivalent of a card game where you try and figure out how to put together your tax presentation before the big meeting? All right. Lovers. Nope. Lovers. Death. Tower. Moon. See, it's funny you mention Onward, Trista, because part of what I really didn't like about that movie is they did not think about their world building at all. And it really infuriated me. Huh. If I need something else to put there, what else is in the inventory? Yeah, like that's kind of what I meant when I said 255. It's probably not worth the trouble to sink any time into the thing that I'm thinking about, but it's still fun to think about. Like, I feel like it could be the starting premise for something really outlandish. You know, what is fantasy? What's a fantasy concept to a fantasy world? And then maybe you find yourself having an idea for something really out there. The photograph? Or am I So there's either a tarot card that I missed, or it's the photograph. And I don't know. I'm going to try the photograph on a hunch. Something tells me I missed a card somewhere. Shotguns, rifles, flyers, grenade. Alright, let's have that on hand. Concepts are often better than execution. I mean, like, there are some concepts that are fun to mull about, but just aren't worth the work. You know what I mean? That said, I had something... Well, I guess I still do have something that's like a world-building concept that I keep fleshing out more and more that it actually I might need to do something with. It'd be interesting if I ever pull it together. That said, I have a near finished draft of something else that really needs to take priority. Okay, so what am I supposed to use the photograph for? That's what I can't figure out. All right, so all right, I've obviously missed something. Miss anything in here? I read that. Get away. Routes are getting blocked off. Like this flesh mass is turning up more and more places. I used to be able to go that way. So I missed a tarot card somewhere. I don't know where. And I think it's liable to be tied to the fact that I haven't figured out what to do with this photograph. Look at this photograph. Something I kind of like in Doctor Who universe is the idea that for them there are no aliens is actually the conspiracy theory position. Yeah, see, like that's a fun way to play around with these things. Or like in Doctor Who, not thinking aliens are real is the equivalent of thinking the moon landing was faked. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. This is something. Obviously. Okay, hold on. Dial ring is missing? Okay. Oh. Oh, shit. That was that fuck. That was that, that was like that apartment from the beginning. There's the flesh mass again. Okay. Alright. So I gotta figure out what the fuck to do with this photograph, and when I do, it'll probably get me that dial ring. I bet you. It'll either get me the dial ring, or it'll get me the other tarot card, because I've got 2 incomplete puzzles. Oh, I will take that. Yes, please. Forgot that that was back here. So in the Moffat era, everything was retconned so that people didn't know aliens existed. When was this reversed? I mean, I don't think it's that it was reversed. I think it's that alien stuff continued to happen. Like, that retconned the stuff that had happened up to that point. But, you know, there'd been stuff since then. All that did was kind of like reset the clock. Yeah, okay, I read that. Well, I'm glad I came through with a much leaner inventory so that I could pick up the stuff that I'd missed before. Because I didn't have space for it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Alright, so I can't go that way. It's interesting because many things happened in the Moffat era, but Bill was still like, oh, this is very sci-fi, whereas now it's like, yeah, everyone knows. Well, yeah, but again, like, you have the entire Whittaker era as well. I mean, you want to talk about stuff getting ignored for a while. The Flux destroyed, like, 1/3 of the universe, and that didn't even get vaguely acknowledged until later with the 14th Doctor. I'm still convinced that that was literally an accident of the writing, that Chibnall didn't mean for that to be the case. He just never circled back to... He just wrote it in a way that never confirmed that anything else was the case, and he never circled back on it. Ah! Right. Oh, right. I never got anywhere in here. Alright, so... Can't go there. I can go there. Can I go here? Yes. Alright, so I missed a lot. The fuck is this? There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Leaving. I've been found out. I'm sure the white-haired girl working at the photo store in Sector C is by our resident. Be careful. They don't pay me enough to take any more risks. I'm on the next ship to Kitez tomorrow. Meet me at the docks in Sector N if you want to bail too, son. Okay, so that's the last tarot. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I watched a video essay about Malcolm in the Middle earlier today that made a point I found interesting. Modern fans of the show tend to describe the family as middle class, even though they were emphatically meant to be poor because they were kind of boomer poor. That doesn't really exist anymore, where they were still able to own a 3-bedroom house. Yeah, poor doesn't mean what it used to mean, nor does middle class. That's what I'm thinking. It's probably the Sontarans. Like with Daleks and Cybermen, you could still say they're just robots if you didn't know where Sontarans were literally roaming the streets in flux. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get around that one. Then there is house poor, fighting with home maintenance is breaking me. Yeah, like, and like even owning a house is not as freeing as you might think it is. You still got to pay, there's upkeep and there's taxes and there's there are electricity and there we go. There are electricity and water and heating bills, and yeah, it all adds up. What is that? The light well above has been consumed by the mass of meat, releasing some debris that was caught in the nets above. It's the dial ring. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're talking. So, hold on. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm not sure. All right. I can now physically do this. I just don't know what it wants from me yet. I'm gonna come back to that one. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna save first of all, and then we're gonna go do the tarot. I've got one thing in the wrong place up there. And unit were operating pretty much publicly in RTD2. I just wish there was a point where the shift was made clear that yes, now it's public knowledge, maybe somewhere between RTD2 and Chibnall. I mean, it becomes one of those things that you do have to kind of headcanon and timeline out. Which, like, some people enjoy doing it, some people get annoyed that they have to do that. I'm kind of indifferent because I think the story possibilities come about from a world where it's semi-normal, and I don't think there are all that many stories that are all that interesting to tell in the transition from one to the other. There's probably some, but like I'm personally of the mind that the no, that wasn't the one that one was right. It was, what was it? That one I need to swap. Because that one is this, which means that you Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay, so hang on. And get the names. So those, all right. Those are the positions that everything needs to be. It's all coming together, baby. Anyways, the thing that I was saying is I, for one, wouldn't be as innately interested in telling the story of like the point at which it became publicly known. it's just like one of those things that, yeah, had to happen to get to where we are now. I just personally wouldn't find it interesting to deal with. Like, and when I say I don't think there's a story in that doesn't mean there definitively isn't. It just means that either I can't think of a story to tell with that, or it means that the ones that I can think of I don't think are interesting. But I can and will be wrong about that. I have repeatedly been proven wrong. And this is my favorite thing ever to be proven wrong about, for the record, is when I think, yeah, no, that can't work. That won't be interesting. And then it is. So hang on. All right. So that. All right. So hold on. If. Oh, wait a minute. 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 So that should be that. Which means this is that. And that should be that. And rot front should be that. And that one should be that. And you should be that. Yes! Yes! Got ya! And there's the freaking king in yellow again. The last seal has been broken. It's time to go home. Pick up the king in yellow. Yes? No map data. Wait, do I have anything? I have nothing. I just noticed I wasn't holding a gun. Okay. Ooh. Yes. All right, hold on. Pistol ammo, repair spray. Repair spray plus at that. Hold on. How many of these can I hold at a time? 5? Sure, I'll take the whole batch. Take those. Hold on. Let's reload these suckers for one thing. Okay. Ditch the pistol. Got 3 stun rods. Yeah, I'm gonna take those. I'll take this for now. Leaves me. No, wait. I don't want the pistol in. I want the compact ammo. Okay. All right. Earlier this week, the guy who played the holographic Doctor on Voyager said Star Trek has always been woke and the usual suspects threw a tantrum. Yeah, because they're idiots who either don't understand or deliberately twist what Star Trek is for their own political agendas. Jessie's been doing a lot of videos on that subject lately, and she's right. I understand the sentiment, but I don't like the phrase, it's always been woke, because I don't like the word in any context. It's reached a point where it doesn't mean anything. It's just a buzzword. Well, like, sure, but if they're going to use it, the context by which they mean it, it is accurate to say Star Trek's always been woke, Star Wars has always been woke, Doctor Who has always been woke. Like, I wouldn't use that word in anything other than taking a position against someone who uses it negatively. I have no use for that word otherwise, but if that's the word the person you're arguing with is using, and if they're using it that broadly, shove it back down their damn throat. Letter from Mother. My dearest Ariane, I'm so glad to hear you're feeling better again. I was worried when I heard from your aunt that you're in the hospital again. I still remember how you used to get sick so much as a child. Please don't overexert yourself, okay? The photo you sent me is very interesting. What a strange coincidence that she looks so much like you. You could be twins. Perhaps she is related to us somehow, that I don't, though I don't know anyone named Sio in our family. And from the looks of it, it was shot on Veneta. Your military service will begin soon, so you might be wearing a uniform like her soon enough. Please send me a photo when it happens. Love, Mother. From what people have said in the comments, that does actually appear to be the case, 255, which I appreciate. Auntie's note. Ariane, I left some of yesterday's dinner in the fridge for you. You can warm it up when you get back from school. Please pick up the book your uncle ordered from the bookstore on your way home. Remember to leave some space in your school bag for them this time so they don't get wet. Okay. What is on the other side of that door? Nothing was woke before 2017. God, woof. See, I just don't talk to people like that. I will dismantle the arguments of people like that on occasion, but I won't engage with them directly. Oh, God. I don't like how little I can see. I don't like how big this area appears. I don't like how little I can see. What am I currently equipped with? Let's swap. Adler. All efforts to contain this illness have been in vain. All the Gestalt workers have succumbed to it, leaving only dark shadows on the walls and floors before they died. Shit. And soon all of us replicas will have lost our senses and turned into writhing masses of flesh. I now believe it was not an infectious disease nor some form of poison or radiation. It was a slow corruption of reality itself. As I've relived the same cycle over and over, each time details change, things are twisted, added, removed. How long before it all turns to nothing but noise? Red dream. A crashed ship, a strange gate, a hole in the ground, an island beyond reach, memories from other lives, dreams of suffering and loneliness, a promise, a search for someone lost. I saw her in the red emptiness waiting for me. We had made a promise. As the memories of a stranger rushed into my mind, I felt the borders of myself blur. Now I can no longer tell where Falk ends and Elster begins. Stop. You must turn back. There is nothing for you there. You've tried so many times. You've failed every time. Don't you see you're ruining everything? This is your final warning. Oh, great. Falk's memories. We were dancing to that song they start the broadcast with. We fell asleep watching that movie we'd seen so many times. If only I could take us back to that time when we were happy. These memories are mine now. Oh. Oh. Falk. Why did you return? There's nothing for you here. Ah, that's bad. She'll never dance with us again. She's already gone, isn't she? No matter what we do, she doesn't even want us anymore. Oh, shit. Ah, shit! Both of us are incomplete. Let's become whole again. Great. Oh. Here. What do you mean can't use here? Oh, shit. Okay. Ah! Fuck. Get away from me. How much ammo do I even have? Not a lot for that. Wait a minute. Will this work? I didn't bring anything that heals me. So, yep, I fucked up there. I fucked up. What is this? What is this? Oh, hello. Yes, thank you. Oh, no, I did. I grabbed these. Okay. Ah! Hey! Fuck. God, shit. God, there's way too many. Fuck. Get away from me. Get away from me. Pick it up! Why won't you pick it up? Oh, cannot carry anymore. Yeah. Oh. Violent scene missing. Now we are one. I've been waiting for this for a long time. The space left intentionally blank. Once again, you've returned. Are you really willing to go through with this once more? You've seen what happens. This world cannot take much more. This may be our last chance. If you go back, it'll all fall apart. I can't let that happen. You selfish monster. Adler. You'll destroy everything. We've been here before. Penrose briefing phase 2. By our calculation, 1,500 cycles of mission time will have passed when you receive this message. Congratulations, comrade. By now, you should be fully acclimatized to your new life on board your ship. As you approach the Oort Cloud, your search for new worlds will begin. Utilizing the long-range sensors, you will scout for valuable resources, habitable worlds, or signs of alien life. Remember to rely on your replica to assist you in maintaining your vessel. We all wish you great success. End of decrypted transmission. When I signed up for this mission, I just wanted to get away from everything. I was sick of rot front of school, of the photo store, sick of the fake smiles and the whispering behind people's backs. When I saw the photo of that soldier, I wondered who she was. Was she happy? Was her family proud of her? Did her comrades love her. Since we look alike, could I have been like her? But in the end, I just wanted to leave. Nothing I've done or made ever meant anything to anyone, so why bother? Here I'm finally free. I get to be myself and do what I want. I can finally be happy. Talk some more to the Elster unit. She's different from the replicas I knew back home. Nothing like my teachers or the block ward protector. I know she didn't have a choice, but it feels like she's also here because she didn't fit in. It's like we've run away from the world together. At first, I didn't like having someone around, and I was glad she was quiet and didn't approach me. But lately, I missed having someone I could talk to. It's been so long since I've last seen another person. I never thought I'd miss it, except her. Everything is the same here, always. Nothing ever changes. Phase 3. Congratulations, comrade. You survived 3,000 cycles, reaching the final phase of the Penrose program. With the end of the artificial lifetime of your replica unit approaching, it's time to prepare for the final phase of your mission. If you have not found a suitable world for landing by this point, accept that you will not. Find solace in the thought that others might be successful where you failed. As you are probably aware, your ship's spare parts and rations will soon be depleted. Life support systems and reactor shielding will soon begin to fail, and radiation may begin to leak from the cooling system. We recommend you do not attempt to prolong your suffering by reusing old filters or rationing supplies. She was never supposed to come back. Hold on. Wait, go back one. Damn it. Instead, make peace with your fate. We suggest that you ask your replica, while it is still functional, to spare you a slow and agonizing death, or that you take permanent rest in the cryogenic pod. Remember, you will die having served your nation by partaking in a glorious demonstration of our power. Fuck. Had a strange dream. I was listening to the radio with my mother. Like back then, the numbers were on. Mother was taking notes with a book on her lap. It was that book I saw in a shop window of the bookstore where the twins lived, the one with the yellow hooded figure on the cover. When I went to buy it, it was gone, and Erica said the protectors had confiscated it. Or was it Issa? I can't remember. Everything is always the same. I feel like I'm trapped inside this ship. I know every bolt on every panel in every room of it. I've seen everything. I've done everything there is to do here. I can't concentrate on anything. It's like there's a fog inside my head, and whenever I try to do anything, I just can't focus. I want to go outside. I want to breathe fresh air. I want to feel wind on my face and in my hair. I think I lost more hair. I'm sitting here getting older. Every time I wake up, I feel older, weaker, sicker. I get out of breath so easily lately, and my back hurts when I sit down. How much longer will it go on? It feels like I'm slowly dying. She didn't know yet when she wrote that, because the Phase 3 document confirming it, she didn't get until cycle 3000. So she didn't know. She didn't know. They sent her off to die. Didn't tell her that she was almost definitely going to die. And then when she was past the point of no return, sent her a message saying, "Don't worry about it. Try to be at peace with it. Don't try and prolong your life. It won't work." Jesus Christ. I'm tired of it all. Every time I go to sleep, I wonder if I'll wake up again. I'm scared that it'll be the last time I say goodnight to her. Did I say it right? Will she be okay? What if one of us won't wake up tomorrow? I don't want to die. I don't want to live anymore. Everything is just so exhausting. I just want to lie down and disappear. I just want to sleep. Please let me sleep. Please, please make it stop. Please. She was just trying to get away from a life where she didn't fit in. And they took that and stuck her in a tin can and fired her into space on the premise of, well, there's a very slim chance you'll find something worthwhile, but if you don't, feel free just to lay down and die. It's time. This is all that's left. Go home. Yes. Remember our promise. Elster. I can't do it. No. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Uh. Oh. Oh. God damn. That was a lot. So, normally with an hour left to go, I'd change to another game. I need to decompress, so I'm not going to do that. New video on the main channel tomorrow. My thoughts on the 5th season of Stranger Things. New podcast on Monday. I'll have a review of Fantastic Four First Steps up on Sunday. Everybody take care of yourselves. I'm gonna go stare out the window for a while, I think. Take care of yourselves. Be well, be safe, and be kind. I'll see you.